who was right, who was wrong? I'd like to bring in Claudia Jordan, who is a judge with Perez right there at the Miss USA Pageant. She's in Hollywood tonight. Also tonight in New York is Midwin Charles, who's an attorney for Midwin Charles and Associates in New York. And Claudia, I want to begin with you. You were right there. Do you agree with Perez that it was an appropriate question and Miss California simply gave a bad answer?
It was absolutely an appropriate question. When you're Miss California or you're running for Miss USA, you need to be ready to answer questions like that. My problem with her was not her position. I am actually for gay marriage and equal rights for everybody in America. But I feel if you're going to take that position, you have to listen to the question. She really didn't answer the question. My only problem with it was, as Miss California, it was a big issue in our last election, and she didn't seem aware or as informed as she should have been, because she said in my country we have the right to choose, you know, if you want to have gay marriage, or she said opposite marriage, but I know she meant opposite sex marriage. And I feel that she just made a, you know, she misspoke. Okay. Hopefully that was due to nerves, but, you know, you absolutely got to know these things. There's only 4 states that allow it, so everyone doesn't have the right to choose, and it's not equal rights for everyone.
Right, and we just heard Miss California say your advice was that she should have given a more middle-of-the-road answer. So tell me, what could she or should she have said while still remaining true to her beliefs and herself?
Here's the thing. I separate real life from pageant life, and that people may take offense with that, but you, like Perez says, it is a game and it is a pageant. If you really want to win, and if your answer maybe isn't as popular as, you know, most people would agree with, then you may have to maybe soften up the edges a little bit. Some people could take offense with her answer. I would have personally said, you know, although, you know, this goes against I don't personally agree with gay marriage, I do believe in equal rights for everyone. She could have said something like that. I mean, I don't know. You know, I do know that when you're, as a contestant, I was a former contestant, right, nerves play a huge part in this. Yeah, and I think that was very obvious as we were watching. I do want to bring Midwin Charles in just for your objectivity, Midwin. Do you agree with Claudia, and do you think that Perez is right? Miss USA, or Miss California in this case, should have been more savvy about the fact that, hey, it is a competition, every word counts.
Well, to a certain extent, right, AJ? I mean, yes, this is a competition. She was fully aware of the fact that it included a question and answer component. She did not give an eloquent answer. She did not give an accurate answer. And if that cost her the crown, then so be it. But we ought to be careful here. This is a pageant that has always been under fire for objectifying women and having women appear as though they're brainless and airheads. And here you have a woman who actually answered a question with what her thoughts were, and all of a sudden she's under fire. I actually think a little bit of this is ridiculous, frankly. Well,
you know, the question is, back to something you just mentioned, did it cost her the competition? Claudia, let me ask you, because Miss California and Perez both say that the reason Miss California lost was because of her answer to his question. You were right there at the judges' table. Was that the reason she lost?
Not to me, it wasn't. To me, that's a bit presumptuous to assume that she was automatically going to win, and this is what cost her. There were 4 other women that were very beautiful. Any one of those women could have been Miss USA. And I know not everyone had the winner as the winner, or Miss California. So, you know, I think that's a bit presumptuous to think that this one question is what cost it. Because for me, it didn't change my opinion of where I had a rank.
That's fair enough. Let me ask you, as the person sitting next to Perez, do you think that the way he reacted going online and calling her the B word was, you know, hypocritical and maybe going against his cause a little bit of compassion?
Listen, I don't want to make an enemy of Perez, but the fact that he did apologize does, you know, that's great. But the thing is, you know, again, I am for equal rights, and I am totally for gay marriage, same-sex marriage. But if you want people to be compassionate to your cause, you have to watch your tone and you have to watch your delivery, because you'll make more enemies. But I am glad that he apologized.
Even if, as he said he is, I'm Perez Hilton, I am offensive. That's what he said. Thank you so much, Claudia Jordan, Midwin Charles. I appreciate it. And we've been asking you to vote on our Showbiz Tonight question of the day, Miss USA controversy. Was it appropriate to ask about gay marriage? Keep voting. CNN.com/ShowBizTonight.